Good morning, good evening, good midday, whatever time it is for you, welcome back. And today, we will be hatching a new dragon. And just very quickly, before we hatch this new Hell Dragon, I do also want to point out that we did finally manage to unlock the Professor Dragon from over here in the what's it called, mentoring system. And oh my god, did that take forever or what? But he is in the hatchery right now, so we will be able to look at him very soon. But today we are focusing on this terrifying little girl, because like I've said before, the Hell Dragon is actually the daughter of the divine Loki dragon. Well, according to the actual lore anyway, but Hell Dragon, super duper adorable in its baby form. So the Hell Dragon rules over particularly nasty souls who didn't behave too well in life. This trainer thinks the Hell Dragon probably meets a lot of Viking souls. Hey, that is pretty mean. That's like saying all Vikings go to hell, basically. Very, very sad. But a Void, Shadow, and Wind epic. And I've said this before, even though that typing can be a little bit weird. No, let's not put you in there. Let's put you in an actual habitat. Even though that typing is a little bit weird, I actually think the Hell Dragon can be pretty good on an early to mid-game team. But if you manage to get it in this event, and say you don't have any other epics, I'd probably highly recommend you consider using her. So little Zab here is not a dragon we will be using, of course, but we will take a look at her, take her in for a couple of fights today. As per usual, when we take a look at these new dragons, I mean, it just looks so cute in its baby form, and then when she evolves, she turns into some terrifying demon. I mean, it already looks like a demon spawn baby. We can all accept that, I think, but it just goes from super cute to kind of concerning. So we'll level her up to level 15 and take a look. So I've said it before, it just looks like a purple boiling dragon wearing a hood and a weird crystal in its belly. It's sort of like a boiling dragon in dress up. And it's because it's the same body type. It just looks too similar to me. It still looks kind of creepy though. It's mainly the horns doing that. Again, they stick through the hood. You could have had a hood that fit, but instead you ruined a perfectly cool looking hood instead. What is wrong with you, Sab? Very, very disappointed. And at the moment, we do also have 2 new weekend events as well. Do want to point that out. We have a weekend event on for the Fluffy Dragon and event currency if you can gather gold. So that's really useful. And we have a dinner time event if you have VIP where you can get even more event currency using that as well. And you just have to feed your dragons by using food. And you can get the Turf Dragon out of it. So don't forget that we do have those weekend events. And of course, we have the Whale Mart as well, where you can buy some decorations from the Egyptian event. Sure, I'll buy a Sacred Jackal for 10 scrolls. The Apocalypse bundle, I don't care about it personally. The extraordinary energy materials, I don't care about. Dragon Fury for 5 portal gems, I'm gonna take that. I'm honestly gonna take that. And food for 2 million gold, sure. Overall, I would say the Whale Mart deals have been quite disappointing today, but I mean, I guess they could be worse. I guess they could be so bad that we don't even want to buy anything from them, right? They could be that bad after all. Oh well, let's go and put a Zab in here along with... Who else? Who else should we take? Look at all of these demonic dragons. I've been breeding so many of them for the event. Look at them all. That's actually quite funny. That is quite funny, actually. I have so many of them now. It's unreal. So we will take these 3 in for this fight. Not that we're going to lose, probably, but no special animations on our Hell Dragon here, obviously, when she's attacking. She just do what she do. So we're just going to demolish that Toxic Dragon using our Shadow element here. Oh no. Oh no, they put metal on themselves. Let's try not to kill ourselves. Yeah, let's not attack the Venom Dragon yet. We'll try and let his metal actually decay first, and then we'll start whacking him. It's the best thing to do. Obviously, I would always recommend, if you can, having a dragon that does have burnout on its energy abilities, because burnout just removes every positive thing that that dragon has going. So, you know, if they have the multi-round of healing, and that will be removed if you use the energy burnout. If you have any earth shield, that will be removed. And again, metal is the main one as well. So it is a really useful ability to have. The reason that people stopped using energy as much in main teams was purely... Oh god, are we gonna fail this? It was purely because stuff like metal, earth, and water stopped getting used on teams. And that was it. That is the only reason. But now that those elements have... Yeah, we got absolutely demolished in this fight. But now that those elements have sort of come back into the meta, I feel like energy is a lot more powerful than it was before the 4.0 patch. So if you do plan on getting Odin, for example, he is an exception dragon, of course. You can get him out of the new Divine event. If you do plan on using Odin, he will probably be quite useful against defensive teams that do use those metal, and not energy, metal, water, earth. It's not going to help with wind, because that is put on yourself, because you'd use water to get rid of the debuff from wind. But it's cool. It's cool. I like seeing the meta shift very slightly. Although it is still quite disappointing that Plant is obviously still super duper overpowered. If only that weren't the case. Plant, Shadow, Divine. They're always going to be up there, aren't they? And on level 6 here, we are up to our 3rd chest in the Divine event. So let's open it up. Yeah, I didn't think we'd get the key. I didn't think we were going to get it. So we've got just 2 chests left to go. And then we will be done with the final level of the event. It's just, whenever we get the Loki Dragon, we will go back to the other levels first, make our way through, and then finish them off in that order, because that is the better way to do it, like I've explained many, many times in the past. I do really hope that we manage to get our Loki Dragon soon, though. Again, just because I want to have it, and know that I have it already, that is the only reason. And plus, obviously, the sooner that we can get the videos out, we can space them out. And, you know, the sooner we get to actually get it, the sooner we get to hatch the thing. And I always love looking at new dragons. Like, we took a look at the HEL Dragon. I want to see more new stuff. The Professor I'm going to be happy to finally have, because, oh my goodness gracious, was that an effort and a half. Ugh. Although now I'm worried that since we do have the mentoring reward dragon, that I might accidentally end up forgetting about my apprentices. Because it's sort of like everything in game, where as soon as you get the reward for it, you just sort of don't bother doing it anymore, because there's other stuff to focus on. Like, for example, the dungeon. When was the last time we actually needed to do the dungeon for any reason? And when was the time I actually did do the dungeon? Honestly, probably about 2 months ago. Something like that was probably the last time I did the dungeon. I will be honest with you when I say that. And yes, if they ever bring out new dragons for the dungeon that cost thousands and thousands of tokens, I'll be kicking myself and I'll be annoyed that I didn't do it. But I just can't be bothered. Alright, like, if you say, you're gonna regret it later, quacks, fine, I accept it. I accept that what I am doing is being lazy and making a potential mistake. I blame no one else for that but me. Although, considering that since the introduction of the dungeon, we have never got a new dungeon dragon still. Apart from, you know, the very, very rare, like, off-season ones for special events. Obviously, we get those. But they're very few and far between. And apart from those, I see very little reason to actually do the dungeon anymore. So, oh well. Oh well. We will deal with it as and when it comes. But let's do this final heroic mode fight just to get us a few more points in the win battle section for the event. So there we go. And we get emerald runestones for collecting some gold as well. Not too shabby. That's another great thing about these little bonus extra events, because they do give you quite a considerable amount of extra event currency. So even though the events are quite expensive, obviously, if you participate in these 2 extra events, you're going to get yourself like a reset's worth of points. So you might as well participate. Even if you can't do the VIP one, I would recommend activating your VIP tickets if you do have any for this one. 8 million food, that's really not that much. So, oh well, let's accept our gifts, claim these, refuse that clan invitation, because we got our own clan, my dude. We got our own stuff to do. So, for now, that is probably going to be everything. So we will continue on with our event progress. We will wait for our Professor Dragon to finish hatching. I can't wait to see him. He's one of the dragons that has taken the most effort in this game. Let's not just like purely grind heavy, like, ugh. Oh my goodness. But for now, thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you then.